Hey everyone, welcome to the Bible Belt Bros podcast.
So I'm not going to lie, Dusty, we were doing our voice warm-ups, right? Okay. I thought you were going to be more energetic than that.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Bible Belt Bros. I'm a little tired, Andrew. I went to we call it an Irish jig. Ren Collective was not even in town. They were an hour and a half away. Lots of jumping up and down. My body is not the same as it was.
You're old.
When we first started seeing them in 2014. I think we saw them, now I'm going to quote me wrong, but it's at least 8 years since 2014. So I think this is our eighth time seeing them in, what is it, 8 time in 12 years, 8 time in 10 years? What year is it? 8 time in 11 years.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, you're not in it today.
But I am very tired and I'm very sore.
So when did Christmas vomit?
What?
Did that happen this week?
Oh, yeah, there's Christmas in our house.
Everywhere.
By the time this comes out, this would have been perfectly acceptable. But
You're right.
What is it? What is the date? It is November 7th when we recorded this. So let's just timestamp this and show people how ahead or behind we are on releasing.
How long it takes Dusty to get it published.
So this was like a November 1st situation here on the inside of the house. But it's one of those things, I heard a statement where we watch preseason football. Why can't we have preseason Christmas?
That's called Thanksgiving.
No, because then you would say that basketball is preseason football then.
Yes.
It's a completely different sport.
No. I use basketball to fill my time until football comes back.
But we still watch football during the preseason. Just go with me. This is a TikTok thing. It's true. If it's on TikTok, it is 100% true, and we believe everything.
I don't know. After our Wednesday conversation, dude, I've kind of lost a lot of faith in your reasoning.
No, I have great reasoning.
Listen,
you guys just don't know how to
there were 5
explain
people
it.
there, all on the same page.
You guys just don't know how to explain things, and you're missing the whole point. And I don't even know if we can re-explain this scenario that you're bringing up on an audio-only podcast.
I'm not,
So you're bringing it up, and I can't even defend myself. What the heck? All right.
Because all the defense I need is there were 5 people on the same page, and then there was you. Just trying to confuse everybody.
And Megan kind of understood where I was coming from, which then makes me think I am more on the wrong side of this argument. Because she's like, I get what this... Oh, crap. Gets it.
Enough said.
Dang it. But 9 times out of 10, she would not have been on Dance Moms. So
9 times out of 10, half the time, you're correct.
Yeah. Anyways, we had like a crazy powerful sermon on Sunday, and so then you were like, we need to
podcast on this.
Not necessarily on the sermon, because that's pretty graphic, but
very graphic, yeah.
But more on the concept of kings and
honestly, this whole series has been, and it's only been 2 messages, but it's been a great series already.
Our church is doing a series on
true crime,
murders that happen in podcast or
in podcast, yes.
Podcast style, but murders
in the
Bible. And
true crime in the Bible, not necessarily murders.
So far, it's been 2 murders, and I guess that was crime on top of that. But
yeah, she did die, so I guess that was a murder. But
so one of the verses that he pulled out was Judges. Let me pull up my Bible real quick. I just had it pulled up. Judges chapter 21, verse 25. It's the very last verse of Judges. So go to Ruth 1 and then go back 1. It says, in those days, Israel had no king. All the people did whatever seemed right in their own eyes.
Dusty, I'm going to have you energized. Do you need coffee?
No, I got an energy drink.
Yeah, it needs to kick in.
It's because we got an audience today. We have the wife stayed home, and now I'm not quieter.
But she's not even inside.
I know. Anyways, I'm going to yell because I make you happy if I yell.
Okay. There we go. All right. So thank you for reading that. But I want to tie this into what's happening around the world or around the country.
Oh, you didn't want the Bible. Okay.
Right.
That's
I want to tie it in to society today. We see polarizing things going on in our country to the degree that people are marching, having these no king marches.
Are they still doing that?
They are. They just had one So you put out the date. They just had one last week, I believe, before maybe a week and a half ago.
I remember like one day when they had it, and it was crazy.
Right, that was last year.
But then not crazy. I was just watching a bunch of TikTok people that would just walk around with a Republican shirt or a Trump hat on, and just people just losing their minds.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny to watch, actually.
Do what Bristol was doing to you on Wednesday, just rage bait.
Yeah, Bristol. Okay. You're going to keep talking about it, and we're just going to end up saying the whole story. So just move on.
All right. So what we're seeing is people don't like being told what to do, essentially, and by people who don't believe the same thing as them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And so the radical, well, I won't go there. Try and keep politics out of it.
Yeah.
One side seems to be a lot more intent on doing this, and so they throw these rallies.
Well, it's usually the side that's not in power, right? Because we're did this 50-50 split.
They did this last year when Biden was in power too.
I know. So then it was the people who.
It was the same people, though.
What?
Yes, we did.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that ruins my theory.
Yeah.
That ruins it. Then what do they want?
Exactly.
Okay.
Essentially, what these rallies are, what these protests are, protesting Trump. They're calling him a king, saying he's acting like a king, things like that. And so that just kind of, when Rusty was preaching, Rusty, who is no longer a pastor, who now preaches more at our church than when he was our pastor, was preaching.
He preached once.
Twice since he's been gone, I think. He brought up this passage, and during it, I was like, wow, this is what's going on in today's society, because literally what they are screaming for and wanting or trying to get is the ability to do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. Like the purge.
Right, the purge. Yeah, they don't want no accountability. They want no law enforcement, no rules, nothing. They essentially want anarchy. And so when we come over to Judges, that's what we see. And literally, it says there was no king, and so people did what they saw fit. And the
problem with that statement is everybody kind of sees differently.
Right.
So what's fit for one person isn't fit for another person, and which then ends up becoming argumentative, and then somebody gets murdered.
Right. A lot, I guess.
And that's what, if you read Judges, there's just a lot of just, what would you call it, like just sin. I guess we can just throw it all under the sin bus. Absolutely. There. But a lot of corruption, a lot of sin, like those kind of things. And
sexual immorality, literally ever. If it's a sin, it's there in Judges.
Yeah, and that's like the My Truth, like all of that kind of ties in together. Like as far as like the No Kings has to deal with.
Good callback.
What's true to me, what's true not to me. The Bible lists, there's two books of kings, right?
Right.
So we have like a lot of, like, what is a good king and a bad king? Because what I think is where they're coming from is if you feel like the king is corrupt or the king is oppressing.
Oppressing is
their people. It's like the argument of no kings probably isn't the argument. If they wanted to say something else, then maybe they'd make a little bit more sense. But if we're going off the no kings mindset, then, you look at good kings in the Bible. You had David, the man after God's own heart. We had Asa, who removed idols and led spiritual reform. Joash, Amaziah. Okay, I can't read any of these names. Uzziah, he sought God and prospered until pride led to his downfall. Hezekiah and King Josiah, who was, like 16 or 12 whenever he became king. And he rediscovered the law and read a massive spiritual reform. But then you also have the bad kings in the Bible. You have Jerome.
Jerry. Oh, Jerry.
We had Jay. And Jay, he killed his brothers. He worshipped false idols. You had Rehoboam, who caused division throughout the kingdom. And so you have it's kind of like the whoever's in power.
I feel like we need to put a disclaimer here.
That none of these that I'm reading are
the way he didn't fact check this, so it could be ChatGPT could be making up anything.
Oh, that's true.
Because we didn't fact check.
Yeah, I ChatGPT'd like a list of kings in the Bible, basically, and then tried to put them in good and bad. And then most of the good and bad is based off of did they follow God or did they not follow God.
Right.
But
Like King Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Was he a good king or a bad king? He listened to the wrong people, but ultimately came around in the end. But it did take an act of God to change his mind, but that's typically what happens in all of our lives.
And then you had kings like Solomon that were good kings to start, and then being in that position, it led to their ultimate downfall and their whole kingdom's downfall.
Because we're all human, and so like Solomon. Wait, sorry, I was thinking, is Solomon the one that tried to kill David?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. For some reason, see. Yeah, so their jealousy and pride and other sins just crept in, and he was probably listening to the wrong advisors, or the wrong people that were advising him anyways. And just he couldn't see that or hear what David was trying to tell him of, I'm not trying to usurp you. I'm just doing what God tells me to do, essentially. And so, he started out as a great king. And
so what I was trying to point out is, like, a lot of times it matters who's in charge, or that kind of,
it really does.
Because I think that there is value in leadership. We just don't want volunteers doing whatever they want to do on a Sunday morning. Like,
I've been put in check a lot at our church. Because I'm the guy who does whatever I want.
Or does it my way. Like, it's like parents, like people have different parenting styles, and like you don't just like, oh, you're wrong, you're doing, some parents do, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to have somebody in leadership, that maybe is leading people the wrong way, but there's value when you have good leaders that maybe push you to do things that you wouldn't normally do, or see things the way you normally wouldn't see, and reach people you normally wouldn't reach.
Yeah, and the great thing for us, and so I feel we've kind of we skipped a lot.
Sorry. Oh, well, you can circle back.
I will. But great thing now is we have the Bible, and so we always know where to or how to lead, and because if we just follow what the Bible tells us, it's not going to lead you astray, and you'll be an excellent leader. There are some things that you might fill in, because the Bible doesn't give you step by step, but it does give you overall broad range, how you should live your life, how you should act, how you should be. But it doesn't tell you, you should brush your teeth at 8 a.m. every morning or something like that, or wake up at 4 a.m. So there are those things that you change and adjust as you go on, but just live your life to the principles of the Bible. So let's circle back.
Let's do it.
Almost to the beginning.
Let's go back to the very beginning.
In the early days, there was no king, because God did not intend for them to have a king. These were God's people, and so God wanted them to rule themselves. And
He wanted, you don't need a physical king, because I'm here.
Right.
I'm talking to you guys directly. Like,
I'm giving you. Yeah,
follow
giving you,
me. I'm your king.
And God didn't want one person being in power and being worshipped or idolized over him. And so God didn't give him a king. And that's why it says no kings in that day. So people did as they saw fit. But God had already put out his laws and his commands. And he had already set those people aside. So in Judges 19, we see a Levite priest. All Levites were priests. They were the clan of the priests. And so, but we see him taking a concubine, which is in direct contradiction to God's law. And so right there, sin's already crept into his life. And so he's already leading people astray, because he can't even follow God's law himself. So what's he telling people to do? Again, we go back to it saying people saw as they saw fit, and that Levite saw fit that he take a concubine and not keep his Levitical vows of celibacy. Further on in that story, it gets very graphic. And then, like Dust said, that someone ends up getting murdered by the townspeople.
Murder.
And we saw it earlier in the same book.
Well, and it was like openly, like sin was just open in the street.
Yes.
They were shouting out what they were going to do, kind of situation, and nobody stopped them.
Well, and this old man came to him and said, "You don't want to stay out here after dark because it gets unruly.
That reminded me of like a movie quote. It's like, you won't be here around here. It's pretty dangerous around here.
Right. So, and Dusty, this is where...
I was traveling to Chicago once, and there were some people here at our church from Chicago, and they were like, oh, is it Lisa's?
Don't go north side, yeah.
Yeah, they were
don't go south side.
they're like, don't be careful in Chicago. They'll shoot you in the head. That's what they kept saying. Yep. They'll shoot you in the head.
Yeah, that's my wife for sure.
So I was like, okay, I'm leaving Chicago as soon as I can.
If Lisa makes the gun finger.
Well, it was family of hers.
Yeah.
I can't remember what their names were, but they were older.
Uncle
they were
Fran.
like, yeah, they'll shoot you in the head.
Oh, it was Uncle Fran who said, yep. I remember that conversation now.
You remembered something?
Yeah, but I just forgot what I was going to say.
Do we need to cut that out of the podcast? You're going to lose your benefits?
No, I feel we need to rewind this podcast so I can remember what I was going to say.
Oh, no.
All right, hold on.
Shoot you in the head.
Where I was going with that was, and I'll get back to the whole where I was going with Sodom and Gomorrah part, but I sent you a text yesterday about a video idea about what the Bible, what the author wanted to say, and this would be a good one. What he wanted to say was, "Hey, dummies, come in my house because these people aren't good for you." And so, because these guys, they were just going to sleep on the town square, and he's like, "Nope, come with me." So, anyways. People were doing whatever they did. We had just seen this earlier in the same book of Judges of Sodom and Gomorrah getting destroyed because of the sin there, and we're seeing it here. So clearly, people didn't learn their lesson. And again, it's just they want to do whatever they want to do, and that's what we're seeing in our society today. People just want to do what they want to do, and not be told, not have consequences. I mean, we see people who are doing smash and grabs, or people who openly just go into stores, load up shopping carts of stuff, and just walk out, not even trying to disguise anything. Literally just walk out and telling the people at the door, "You can't stop me." Like, that's literally what we see today. And it's so, how have we gotten so far off?
That's where you get somebody like me, like, I just want to not go anywhere.
But then it's also
just leave me alone.
It's also people like us who aren't out sharing the gospel, and that's leading to this corruption. Notice I said
we're not pointing people to the King,
right? And so instead of pointing, since we're not pointing them to the King, they don't want a king.
Yeah,
and they're doing whatever they want.
Yeah,
right. So
no king but Jesus. That's what.
There we go.
That can be the title of the podcast episode.
So yeah, you're right.
No king
on the front, but Jesus on the back.
What's that? Remember that? It was like a commercial, I think more, but it was like make 7, and then it was like up yours on the back. Sorry, you're drinking coffee.
Dusty, I swear, his timing. He waits until someone gets the coffee cup to their mouth, and then he hits the punchline.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that?
No.
The drink 7-Up. It was like this big thing, and it was like, "Hey, I'm promoting this new product." But there was the text was so big, he had to put it on both sides of the shirt, and it was like "Make 7," and then the back was "Up yours." So everybody was like, "Up yours too," you know. I don't know why.
All right,
you started it because you said no king, and then the back was but Jesus.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to think of like if people just saw but Jesus, like what?
I mean, that's just but Jesus is great. Up yours is not. I mean, we've even had sermons called "But Jesus," and so matter of fact, I think Wednesday.
You wanted me to wake up. I'm waking up now, and this is what comes to my
You're getting the phases of Dusty. You get super sleepy, quiet, passive.
Don't want to talk.
Yeah. Why are you here in my house, Dusty? To
you came over 2 minutes earlier than you normally do.
3, because 2 I would have been on time. 3 I would have been late, and I'm usually late. And now you get the silly Dusty. Soon you'll get the work Dusty.
Yeah.
the phases of Dusty in the morning, and they transition so quickly.
Yep, it's pretty quick.
Anyways, back to no kings.
No king but Jesus. I love derailing you. So fun.
Dude, it's hard to get back on track because, I don't remember stuff, and so I don't know where I was going with things.
And I don't.
I know I was.
So I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm surprised you didn't go. Cool.
Cool.
I was in my head. I was tracking us to how we should live or how we should do things today, live today. And we've kind of already touched on this because I already talked about the Bible being our guide. So now I got to figure out, Dusty, how to segue back into that.
There's no segues. It's editing. It's the power of editing. You could just keep talking, and I never interrupted you.
And then I'm just over here rambling.
Yeah. What is this guy talking about? And don't realize that he forgot.
Because Dusty edits out his parts and leaves me in there. Like I said earlier, the Bible already explains and tells us how to live our lives. So if we just, it's simple, guys. Just do what the Bible says. It's that simple.
Oh, that's all.
Right?
That's all it takes.
That's it.
That's crazy.
Like, why put too much thought into it, guys? In the sermon, Rusty kind of wrapped it up with, if you want something different, you have to do something different. So if we want to change our society and this whole no kings thing, we have to do something different, and not saying we need to preach for kings or anything like that, or more government, because that's really what the no kings debacle and debate is
political,
right,
governmental.
Well, somewhat less government, somewhat more government. We just literally saw, you dated this, so I can say it. We literally just saw the New York City mayoral where they elected an open socialist. So clearly, New York City wants more government, where it seems like and maybe California and Illinois as well, whereas the rest of the country, they don't.
I want to jump in here with this is 1 Samuel chapter 8. This is Samuel talking to the Lord, and the Lord says, "Do everything they say to you," the Lord replied, "for they are rejecting me and not you. They do not want me to be their king any longer. Ever since I brought them from Egypt, they have continually abandoned me and followed other gods, and now they are giving you the same treatment. Do as they ask, but solemnly warn them about the way a king would reign over them." So this is when they were asking for a king so they could be like other countries. And God's like, they've been doing this to me the whole time. I do all of these things for them, and they continue to abandon me somehow. And so just warn them. I'm going to allow this, obviously, but just warn them, like, this is what a king does to people. This is the corruption that comes from that.
This is crazy, and because you have to put this in context. They are literally hearing from God. They can't see him, but they can hear from him.
Yeah, the
people
directly aren't talking directly to God. They
have the Levites, who are, because they have the temple.
It's not like how we have the Holy Spirit now, where we can't hear from God.
But they have the Levites, and in the story we covered, Judges 29, was about a Levitical priest who can literally go in the temple and hear from God. He's still doing whatever he wants to do. Anyways, go ahead. To me, that's mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, Samuel warns about the kingdom, for kings will draft your sons and assign them to chariots and charioteers. He'll make them be generals and captains in his army. Some will be forced to plow the fields and harvest crops, and others make weapons and equipment. The king will take your daughters from you and force them to cook and bake and make perfumes for him. Basically, like, these are all the oppression that will come from a man being in charge and of you. And these are things that I'm not even doing to you. Like, and so I think that's just like us as people. One, where the grass is always greener on the other side. Two, we read the story because we know the ending of the Israelites going through Egypt, what they had to deal with, getting out of captivity. And we're like, why are you so dumb?
Yes.
And then we look at ourselves today and we do the same things.
See, what did God really want to say there?
What you want to get? You guys are
stupid,
and I'm getting really tired of dealing with this crap.
So you know what?
Every day.
Here you go. Here is a man, a physical person that you can see.
I'm basically telling you, I'll let you do what you want to do, but
just worship me.
I'll let you do your whole kings thing if you want kings, and this is what kings are going to do to you, but I'm washing my hands from this. I'm giving you all the warning signs, and you're continuing to do it anyway, so you're stupid.
Yeah. Literally, right here, he's saying, this is what they're going to do to you. I'm not requiring anything. They wanted their freedom. Mm-hmm. God gave them freedom, but they're over here screaming that they want a king who's going to oppress them. So really, they're screaming for oppression.
It's like the Green Bay Packers don't have an owner. And so you're
Right.
just like, we just need an owner that will go and make the decisions.
Right.
You know, because we can't have these. Sorry, I can't.
But really, it's not
Can't keep going
a
without
owner,
it.
it's the GM.
Right,
So-
but there's still leadership.
Right.
The Levite or whatever leadership. So,
That I didn't even realize this either. But yeah, they want oppression.
well, they want to be like what it seems to be for other countries. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
in this particular instance, they see other countries have these kings and have these rulers and how they're talked about a lot more. And it's probably like, we need the king and the ruler. Like, we don't have a seat at the table to all these kings and rulers because we have God, who's our king, who's not going to the, gets the same respect. Just like the Packers when they go to the trade room,
Oh my
they
goodness.
don't get the respect.
The
because
Packers suck.
There's not a billionaire.
That's why they aren't good.
They're supposed to be. I don't know what the problem is, but anyway, but that's what it is. And so like they see like, oh, this country is got it going good, but they are not. They don't live in that country. They don't have to deal with the things that come from having the king in that country. They just see the outside and like
Right. They see what people want.
they see the perception of what it
Right.
looks like. And
Right.
and so like that's what they're dealing with in Samuel here, and that's what we are dealing with today in some aspects of, oh, look at these countries
It's
and how they
funny.
live. We need that kind of government. Or
It's funny
whatever.
because they're doing these protests about no kings because they don't want, the oversight. They don't want to be governed. They don't want to be told what to do. But they're being told to do these protests.
Well, that's where, Andrew, it goes down to, as the Lord was saying to in Samuel, you guys are idiots.
Yes. Amen.
So that's really what it comes down to, is you guys are just a bunch of idiots.
I like that soundbite. There's the name of the podcast. You guys are idiots.
No, it's make 7-Up yours, or it is no king but Jesus.
Yeah, it's no king.
We've
but
already
you.
decided the podcast title. I don't want to have to change it again, and again being one time. But all of that to say, Andrew, 100% true. Like we are just in this cycle of the same thing over and over again. And if we were just to read a little bit, we'd do some studying a little bit, we'd probably be able to predict our future, what's going to look like here in the next 10, 20 years.
Yeah,
If
20,
we
30
can
years.
Just keep reading in Samuel and see what happens when they
Maybe God needs
get what
to
they want.
Maybe God needs to put the entire world through 40 years of famine. And
Okay, don't wish that upon us. We already,
we already what?
we already have a lot going on.
Yes, but we need to get back to where we should be.
What's that going to take, do you think?
40 years of famine.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Walking
well,
through a desert.
So here's the deal, guys. Let me show you the real behind the curtain. Andrew's been playing this video game called a farming simulator, so now he feels like he can survive a 40 years of famine because in a video game he's able to grow crops and he's
I don't
able
grow
to run
crops.
tractors.
No, I only cut trees.
But he
I'm a forester, forest harvester. That's it.
but now that he's got the farming skills to be able to survive a famine.
I'm cutting off your oxygen. That's what I'm doing.
I guess thanks for listening. Thanks for being
Dusty,
here.
we are testing your editing skills this week.
Okay.
We are going to see how good this is.
What's going to stink is it's going to be like a couple weeks before I get to it, and then I'm not going to have it fresh on my mind of what happened. So it'll be interesting.
Your computer's right there. You could just jump into it right away.
No.
That's not what procrastinators do.
I think that's the definition of why do it today when you can put it off till tomorrow. Anyways, we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.